Hello, my name is Matthias Cavodi. I'd like to welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about a really weird phase of Marvel called M-Tech, where Marvel pushed three new series that revolved around technology-based characters. X-51, Machine Man, Douglock, that during that time he changed his name to Warlock again. It was back to being Warlock, better said. And there was a new Deathlock. And the weird thing is, this whole phase of M-Tech found its genesis in the pages of X-Men, in a story arc where the X-Men actually have to go up against Red Skull. So it's a pretty interesting story where the X-Men go up against a classic Captain America villain. It's odd because actually Red Skull makes a really good fit for an X-Men villain due to his ties to racism and bigotry and stuff like that. And later on, you would see something like this with the Uncanny Avengers series. So, and another weird thing is to see all these technology-based characters popping up in the pages of the X-Men. So this story, I'm saying so too many times, sorry. The X-Men were out in space, tried to stop Galactus feeding off the Skrull homeworld. They failed miserably. Xavier took this terribly bad. They're arriving back to Earth. There's some time traveling shenanigans going on too. And sorry, spoilers for those who haven't read this really old comic book. Because this takes place right before the 12 crossover. And during this space flight, this is where Wolverine, the original one, gets kidnapped and he gets replaced with a Skrull. So we have Machine Man. He's trying to escape S.H.I.E.L.D. They're trying to hunt him down. They need some of his technology. They're going to try to get him to forcibly lend them this technology. Also, I forgot to mention, this story was written by Alan Davis. During this time, I forgot to mention about the whole change in Marrow. She was almost killed during that when they're in that other dimension fighting against Juggernaut. She got hit by Gambit's cards. On the Skrull homeworld, they used Skrull medical technology on her, and she gained control over her powers. So she doesn't look as like this horrendous monster bone lady, and she looks more beautiful now. She's more accepting of her appearance. So S.H.I.E.L.D. wants to take some of the technology from Machine Man. They're going to implant it into the new Deathlock, whom the new Deathlock was going to be a character that went toe-to-toe against Cable in his series. I think his name was Agent 18 or something like that. I think he was like the perfect S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, and he was like left horribly disfigured and left for dead on the helicarrier when things just went south. With Cable and some shenanigans with robots, something like that. So he's being converted into the new Deathlock. The old members of Excalibur, Colossus, Nightcrawler, and Shadowcat want to go visit their old teammates on Muir Island. So they take off. This is the new Deathlock. He looks pretty much like a generic evil robot to me. Then they're going to change things up for the Deathlock series, but he doesn't look too interesting. I felt like it was very underwhelming, his introduction. So they reach Muir Island, they camp, and they find all of Douglock's techno-organic virus had gone crazy and consumed things on the island. And there's S.H.I.E.L.D. agents there. Obviously, something's horribly wrong with Douglock. And what we are going to learn later on in the story is that he's actually under the control of Red Skull. Red Skull during this time, his battle with Captain America, he had the Cosmic Cube. He basically took over the world, the reality. I don't remember what was that story about, how that story ended. Obviously, Captain America comes out on top. He defeats the Red Skull. The Red Skull wishes to be given a ultimate weapon to take over the world, and the Cosmic Cube actually gives him control over Douglock, over Warlock. So what happens is Red Skull starts infecting S.H.I.E.L.D. agents with the techno-organic virus and is able to take over S.H.I.E.L.D. This leads to the X-Men having to team up with Nick Fury to defeat the Red Skull, liberate Douglock. Sorry, I was left thinking. Douglock / Warlock. They end up teaming up with X-51. The interesting thing about X-51, he was taken over previously by Master Mold and captured by Bastion. So X-51, even though he doesn't want to, he really hates mutants and he wants to kill them. But for some reason, that's not activated in this story. And also, Deathlock is able to escape. He helps the heroes defeat the Red Skull. They're able to save Warlock. Seemingly in this story, X-51 gets destroyed because we're going to get a new version of him after this story. And the MTech line of Marvel, like the Warlock run was really good. I enjoyed it. I have the whole thing. The X-51 too, like, had some pretty good story arcs. I'm not sure if I already covered them on this channel, but if I haven't, I'm going to do it. And the Deathlock one, at least we're here in Argentina, like only 1 or 2 issues came out, and I never found them to be too interesting, so I sort of skipped that one. But the Warlock one went for 12 issues, and the other two I think for 8 or X-51 maybe might have went 12 or 11 or 12, but the Deathlock one I think was canceled on issue number 8. So if you're not familiar with the MTech line of Marvel, it's an interesting experiment. Check them out. They're a lot of fun. This story in particular, it's okay. I forgot to mention it takes place in Uncanny X-Men 371, X-Men 91, and X-Men Annual 99. So I'm going to stop rambling and leave this video here. See you guys next time. Bye.